His Excellency Mohsin Khamis Al-Balushi. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and thank you all for being with us today to celebrate the launch of the first print edition of Destination Oman, which has been inspired by the great success of our web portal by the same name launched 3 years ago. The response to our maiden effort has been very encouraging, and we take this opportunity to thank the Ministry of Tourism and the OCPED for all assistance rendered, and His Excellency Mohammed Al-Zubair for his beautiful photographs of Oman. We would also like to thank all advertisers and well-wishers without whose cooperation bringing out this book would not have been possible. It was His Excellency Mohsin Khamis Al-Balushi who launched the web portal 3 years ago, and I am now once again privileged to request His Excellency to formally launch the first print edition of Destination Oman. Thank you.
Please, Deepak, go ahead. We are okay, just okay, right. This is the real book.
Yes.
Right. Beautiful.
I would request His Excellency to speak a few words to the audience.
Well, thank you, Mr. Deepak and Mr. Loy. First of all, I'd like to express and extend my apologies for being late. Actually, I have mistaken the address. I went to Grand Hyatt instead of Crown Plaza. However, once again, thanks to Mr. Deepak, as he stated in his speech, that I had the privilege actually 3 years ago to launch the website of Destination Oman, and that was a real sincere initiative by Mr. Deepak and his colleague to promote Oman through this modern information-based and internet-based mean of promotion. By launching this book, and again I had another privilege to be invited as a chief guest to launch this book, which is one of the very important publication, no doubt will provide immense information for tourists and as well business. As you will notice later on when you get copy, I'll make sure, of course, everyone get his copy before he leaves. It is divided in 3 different sections. First of all, of course, the tourism section, which a lot of information about various destinations in the country and facilities and hotels and so on. And the second is business and investment opportunities and information in Oman. Then the third and the last is, of course, relevant information about the tourism sector and business and investment sector in the country. So once again, as I stated in the earlier, that my sincere thanks to Mr. Deepak Nair and his colleague, and Mr. Loy, of course, with their sincere effort of printing this book. And there's no doubt this illustrates actually a real partnership between the government and private sector. When we have been approached to really support this book, we did that based on our belief that a real partnership should be demonstrated between the government and private sector. And what we see today actually with the launch of this book and cooperation between our ministry and OCPID and Oman International Agency and Interact Oman, this demonstrates actually, as I stated, the real partnership between both. So this is what I'd like to see always in the country as a whole and in this sector. So once again, thank you to all of you, and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Sir, please. Sir. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Okay.
you.
This is my copy. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, good.
Can you give me your opinion of this book?
Well, I think let's because I have seen this book already, and it's a nice book actually. It gives a good idea, a general idea of Oman as a tourist or as a businessman. So thanks for everybody who works hard for this. Let's hope that it's new editions. Thank you.
Well, so what do you think about the book? The technical quality of the book is excellent. I think it really covers Oman's tourism potential and what it offers in a very wonderful manner.
So about the visual?
Yeah, I think the illustrations also look pretty interesting. And I see a lot of advertisers out here who are really supporting this cause. So I'm sure all kudos to all of you for bringing out an excellent publication.
This is a very useful book, and it's very necessary for the tourists, and even for it's good to be placed in the hotel rooms. Yeah, overall it's a good book. It's got some lovely pictures, very useful information. A country that promotes tourism needs a lot of information, and this got all of them.
Duke, can you give your opinion on this book?
What is interesting about the book is the layout is simply fantastic. They have a business section, they have something to say about the tourism, as well as the EC guide. So I guess the structuring part of it and the layout is fabulous.
Can you give your opinion on this book?
Okay, well, I've seen the book and it's really nice. It's very informative actually. I think it's good for people who are visiting Oman for the first time. A lot of interesting places to know about in case someone doesn't really know much about Muscat or Oman. Overall, nice book.